What's up, guys? We are back once again for Mayans MC, episode 9. Now, wow, I don't even know where to begin with this episode. I seriously don't. This episode literally had me just swimming in my thoughts and just whole wow. There was a lot of moments that really get you thinking this episode, not only for a story perspective, but a actual life perspective. But if you guys have not seen this episode, I highly recommend you do. The season finale is next week, so I will be here to talk about it. I'm going to continue to talk about it, guys. I got something special I may do for the finale. I don't know yet, but let's go ahead and talk about what happened tonight. It starts off right where it happened last week. Easy is in prison. He's working out, and then we see where he did get shanked. He is remembering everything that happened. Obviously, that he gets out. He sees Angel. Angel is able to get him, and as soon as he's able to get him, they start talking about everything, and he apologizes to Easy about what happened previously at the dinner or the brunch with Gabby, and he says, I messed up. I'm sorry. I really don't know what I'm doing. And he tells him about Anelita coming and then Nails being pregnant. So he's giving him all of this just incredible knowledge, about what's going on. About like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. And when finally he tells him, obviously, what happened with Gabby, he really doesn't know what to do. He's like, I really don't know what to do. And then finally, we go, and I'm going to try to break this up as best I can, guys, because so much happened in this episode. So much happened. So I'm trying to go in details. Then, of course, they go, and then we see Coco waking up. He's alive still. He wakes up, and his daughter cleaned. He starts looking at everything. And he's like, okay, what happened? Like, he first thinks that she ran off, Hope. And, of course, she didn't. She calls him out on his BS, saying, oh, hey, well, if it wasn't for me, then, this place still looked like crap. And, I couldn't sleep. So, obviously, she does tell him, look, you need to get clean. I found some rehab centers. He tells her no, because, obviously, if anyone finds out that he's now become a junkie, that they don't have the money. And she's, okay, well, what about the club? Maybe they can help you. And he says, no, if they find out, I'm dead. Basically, after everything that he's already done, he knows that he's on for a death sentence. We all already know he's on a death sentence right now. And as soon as this happens, we just know that he's like, where's Hope? And he's like, well, she went back. And he goes, he says, damn. And so he runs to try to go get Hope. But at the same time, she's stating, don't choose her over me. Don't choose her over me, is what his daughter is telling him. He tells her he's done, he's wanting to get clean, but he has to make this right. And as soon as he does this, he leaves to go after her. And then later on in the episode, he does go get her, but as soon as he does, they were waiting for him. Obviously, the one that did play Argent in Teen Wolf, I can't remember his name. His name's skipping me right now. They're waiting for him. They tie him up. They strip him down, telling him his boxers, and he's cleaning him up, telling him this story about a wolf and everything. Just this weird, like either a rhyme or something. And he basically informs him that Hope was just looking for another family, and that she led him to them. So they shoot him up, unfortunately, with more, whether it be heroin, some type of drug, to get him to either be knocked out. So either they're going to overdose him, or they're going to kill him, torture him, or do something because of what happens. And that is honestly what happens with Coco in this episode. We also see where Miguel he meets with Alvarez, and Alvarez goes in strapped, okay? And he informs Alvarez of so much betrayal, then later finds out, telling him that there are tire tracks at the site of his mother's death. And after informing him of that, he thinks, obviously, he's going to get killed. So he's like, okay, I got to do something. He's reaching for his gun, and then, of course, he didn't know. Then when we see that, we also see some other crazy stuff about the other bodyguard stating that, hey, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. So he's like, what do you want me to do? And this is what really gets me here, is he wanting him to kill Easy. And for such a so-called badass cartel leader, acting like a little punk, acting like a little bitch, he can't do it himself. So he goes, oh, well, I don't want you to kill him, and we're going to show where your loyalties really lie. And we even see that while all this is going on, that the other cartel, possible rising up cartel leader, he has Miguel's mistress, the one he was sleeping with, in his pocket, the one that's now trying to run the country. And we also see where the one, I believe Ross, or I think that was his name, that was the one that went over the border, he called the other Mayan king to have a alliance to where he wants to be Passion as a Mayan under their charter so they could be the new pipeline for this new rising up cartel gang instead of Galindo. So we have this new alliance going on. Then we also see where there's a possibility of this going to happen. Then also, of course, and let me say this also here, guys, there was a lot of amazing acting in this episode. I will say that. There was also where, and Hala Roden as Aaron killed it. I mean, she killed it in this part. I don't know if we're going to see her again, either in the next episode or next season, and we're going to talk about that here in a little while. But she informs her about, taking care of her nephew, and then she sees Emily's bruises on her neck. She did go out for a run. She sees it, she tries covering it, and she informed her that she knows the signs and that they're both attracted to men that have darkness in them, and she basically accuses her sister of that. Only reason she's there is for money. Especially after everything that happened, her ex-boyfriend breaking her jaw, all the money, all the debt, being evicted, and she always comes around for money. And she grabs her booklet and says, okay, just put in how much you need. And she closes it and she tells her, I thought for once you'd need me. You can take your blood money and choke on it. And that's the last we see her. And then going back to Alvarez, he looks at the man that was killed by Miguel, looking at his son, and he knows there's something he's going to have to do, and he doesn't know if he can do it, and his wife is informing him, you don't have to, and he says it's not that simple. And she informs him that you can just let it be, and he's at a crossroads right now, because he's done so much wrong, but he's also tried to atone for what he did, but he also knows if he does this, then he's no longer truly a Mayan anymore, and he can't go back. So we have a lot of intensity going through this episode, where his wife even informs him, because he even tells his wife that I was a different person before you met me, and when I do die, I'm going to have to atone for everything I've done. And she informs him, if you do that, then it's because, you're going to have to atone with me because of you leaving me. So there was a lot of heartfelt moments in this episode. There really was. The main two things I think that really got me is, of course, Easy, and there's a lot of stuff with Easy in this episode. Easy goes to try to talk to Gabby, before he tries to go talking to his dad. His dad, I thought, was about ready to lay him out. I really did. I thought his dad was about ready to lay him out. He didn't. He informs him that, he thinks of this picture that he saw of a dog in a lake or an ocean trying to survive. And he says he's been trying to hold this in for so long. He just feels like he's going to drown, and he's holding on to Gabby as a lifeline. And his dad doesn't really say anything. And then as soon as all this occurs, he goes to try to find Gabby, and she's actually willing to talk to him. And then once she does, she informs him that she doesn't want to go back to old habits that she left and does not want to return to it. And once this happens, we do see where she tells him she's going to go back to her family over the border, back to Mexico. And it really bugs him because he thought that she was going to be going to nursing school in America, which I don't know if they're still going to plan that or not, but the way this happened tonight, I'm not sure what's going to happen now, because he does go back to HQ for a meeting, and we see the prospect. He's having a hard time dealing with what he did. He doesn't know how to handle it. And then they come in, they're like, hey, prospect, go detail my bike. And as soon as this happens, we can tell he's going through a lot of stuff. And then he tries to talk to Easy. Easy is in a very bad place right now, and he tells him that, hey, I can't stop seeing his face with his family, everything. Easy tells him to lock it up, that this is who we are, this is what you signed up for, you need to block it up and deal with it. And once this happens, we do see where there is going to be a party, of course, of the welcome home of Creeper. And they have a big party, and they start announcing different things about brothers coming in, brothers leaving, and now Coco is officially out of the Mayans. He's no longer a Mayan anymore, especially after having a meeting with one of the former kings about them getting ready to take out the next king. So we do have where Coco is no longer in. They actually get the prospect in, where they actually allow him to become a Mayan, a full-fledged Mayan. He's in shock. He doesn't know what to say. And in this entire episode, for the last, I would say 34 minutes of the episode was so intense. I was gripped to my seat, guys. Like, I was literally gripped. Oh my gosh. And then at the same time, we go back to Miguel getting ready to give Emily a bath. He gives her a lot of wine, trying to treat her so good, and then he crushes whatever medication she's taking, I'm guessing for antidepressants, that it literally, he puts it in her wine and tries to not only overdose her, but kill her. To where she overdoses on her own medication in the tub while drinking wine. He takes it away from her, and right where it looks like she's about ready to die, he just pushes her head underwater. And he goes to the bedroom, he starts crying, and then he actually realizes, like, I can't do it. And he gets her out of the water and has her puke it up, and then starts holding her and saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, this dude is like probably the biggest piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. And he's assuming that she had something to do with his wife. Or not his wife, but his mother. And all this stuff. And I'm sitting here going, wow, really? That had me on the edge of my seat. I literally thought Emily was going to die. In this episode, I thought Emily was going to die, and I thought Coco was going to die. So far, they haven't. I honestly thought Emily was dead. I was shaking my head, guys. And I was like, damn. I cannot believe he did that. And well, at the same time, I was just like, I can't believe that they actually had that happen. But then we also see where at the very end of the episode, they're having a great meeting, and Bishop's going on talking about stories, and the prospect's still wanting to do his normal duties, and Creeper's like, nah, man, sit down. So they're sitting down, and he goes and just does his own thing and sits down, and he gets into this horrible mindset, guys, and he looks at Easy, and it's weird because it's like everything stops, and he looks at Easy, and he says, Easy, I'm sorry, I can't lock it up, and then he shoots himself right in the mouth, committing suicide. And that was intense as all hell, guys. And then we see where everyone is in awe right now. And beforehand, there's so much craziness going on, and before then, we even know that Angel's now getting engaged to Nails because he announced it. Of also, oh, I'm off the market. It's going to cause tension between him and Hank. And then also now Hank getting his heart broken because we did see that he invited her to dinner. She said yes. And him now knowing that she's with Angel. So obviously that's off. But him now dealing with only that, but also bringing in a prospect that now is dead because of him. And he's going to take the blame, as well as also Easy for not only influencing possibly that decision to kill himself, but also knowing that words will be able to influence someone else. And then as soon as this happens, everyone's in awe, not what to do. Paramedics are there taking him in. Easy gets on his bike, just leaves, and goes straight to Gabby. And she says, don't make this harder. And he just says, I choose you. And he's wanting to go with her. So we all know the way this goes, that it's not going to go very well. Either she's going to get killed, or they're going to try to get... Something's going to happen. We all know something's going to happen. Overall, this episode was very intense. Acting, I will say acting was flawless in this. We also got to see, before I forget, Adelita, man. Adelita, the one that she calls Little Mouse, is having her almost indoctrinated to be a younger version of her. Because they go after the one that was leading Mexico, the one that Miguel was sleeping with, and at a hearing, she gets attacked, and of course Adelita gives her this speech of just do this, 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 and this, and we see where the one Little Mouse goes and kills her, And we see Aaliyah talk to her then where she says, I gotta do one more thing, but I gotta do it alone. And she's unfortunately leaving this girl again, which is the closest thing she has to a mother. And we see where at the very end of the episode, there was a suicide awareness, which I firmly love. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I hope you enjoyed this episode, but I also hope that this really does wake up a lot of things, because they are really getting in some heavy crap here, guys. I'm not going to bullshit you. They're getting into not only spouse abuse or any kind of relationship abuse. They're getting into drugs. They're getting into, addiction, suicide awareness, all this stuff that goes on in a lot of people's lives. And I will say that last part where with this man unfortunately committing suicide, where he was not able to handle the life, and when he did that, it was because, and I'm going to speak from experience here for a minute, guys. I'm going to get a little more real with you here. Him being and I'm saying this for the actor, and the actor did an amazing job, but the character being a bigger man, possibly being bullied all his life, being treated like dirt, and then finally trying to go to get respect and possibly looking for it in the wrong manner, and then doing it, taking a life, and then not handling it and not getting help, and then trying to go someone for voice of reason and not being able to talk to that person when unfortunately they're going through some stuff. That really influenced his decision. And speaking of personal experience from a lot of things that I've had, a lot of crazy thoughts go through my head, a lot of things that I've had to personally go through. I've had them thoughts go through my head, and it ain't easy. It's a daily fight. It got worse when I went through what I went through in 2017. And I've had friends that have, I've known people that have died from this disease, and it sucks. It really does. I've had friends of mine that have passed from this. I've known people that have taken their own lives, unfortunately, and I've heard it. And it is one of those where I implore you, I really do implore you, talk to a friend, a family member, or call the hotline. Please do. All lives matter here, guys. Try to save someone if they're having a difficult time. Help them in the best way you can, and encourage them to get help, and do everything you can for that individual. And with that being said, guys, I can't believe we're at the season finale. I can't believe we're at the season finale. I can't believe we are now finally coming to an end of season 3. I can't wait to talk about season 3 more with you guys. Can't wait to talk about season 4. I think I'm going to have something a little planned for you guys. I think I'm going to have a possible live talk. Would you guys like that? Let me know down in the comments down below. Would you guys like a actual possible live talk about Mayans at some point? Let me know about that. I'm actually going to comment about in the comment in the community tab, as well as also in the community tab, as well as Twitter, Instagram. I'm gonna ask you guys about it. Let me know what you guys think about this episode. Once again, amazing, badass, flawless. Let me know what you guys thought about this down in the comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts were about the episode, what you guys thought about each character, what were your thoughts. I personally like to know about this down in the comments down below. How do you guys liking this season so far? I'm glad you guys are enjoying my reviews. I'm glad doing this for you guys. I really enjoy the show. I really enjoy the story, everything that's going on. Once again, guys, hope you take my message to heart on that last part with suicide prevention. Let's make sure we stop this. Again, get help, talk to someone. And once again, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Notifications. If you guys need someone to talk to me. By all means, feel free to send me a message. I'm willing to listen. I try to talk to you guys to the best of my abilities. I try to come across as humble as I can. Once again, please, if you feel free, you want to try to talk to me or anybody, please go ahead and do so. And once again, all lives matter, guys. And get some help if you need it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I most definitely did. Once again, I'll see you guys as always on the next one.